If we are rolling, we are rolling.
We are rolling.
No, I can't stay away from you.
Them and the beat.
Though I know you're no good, and I'd leave if I could, yet I can't stay away from you.
Amazing. So I go by the name Peter Wangengi Peter, aka Pete, as many of you come to know me. And I'm a husband, first and foremost. I'm a father, a very handsome young boy there. And don't forget a beautiful wife, because she might ask questions later. I want to go home. And yeah, and I love community. I love to see people happy. And I believe I find myself in the content space because I always like to tell stories, and basically not in front of the camera like you've put me, but yeah, just behind the camera, just to see how those stories transform lives. So I'm in the space of content creation for now, and that's what we're getting into, the story behind what really made me to get where I am now. But at the moment, I'm in that space where I'm doing just content creation and just getting to change one life at a time. So for me, why I say life is worth living and why I do what I'm doing now is, I'll just inform that. People call me the life of a party. So I go somewhere, just bring positive energy. I love to hype people. I love to entertain, if you know me. And the backstory to that is that I used to be a dancer for a very long time. And I used to be in that scene. I've been in the DJ scene. I've been in the entertainment, scene. And I always love, when you're a DJ or you're an entertainer, you want to see the other people happy and just dancing and vibing to what you're offering. So just to inform what I'm doing now, dancing has actually dwindled a little bit, but that doesn't mean I cannot impact lives. So I thought, seeing what I've seen and what I know now coming to Australia and what people go through, so I thought, why not make people's lives easier just by telling stories of people how they've went through life, overcome it, and now they're actually doing better because they started somewhere, they've overcome what the situation was, and now they're doing better. So for me, that actually impacts the lives of others, because it shows you that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and there's a life after the challenge, because people actually, are fixated by the challenge and not looking at, if you lift your head up and just persevere, like you said, persevere a little bit, you're gonna end up to a very bright future, because at the end of the day, man, life is fun, life is enjoyable, and life is beautiful, man. Pete before 2020 or before COVID, because that's the perspective. Pete was 8 to 4 kind of guy. I used to be in the logistic warehouse, so sort of a normal life, 8 to 5, 8 to 4. In Kenya, I used to be an 8 to 4 person. I didn't, for some time, I didn't do shift work, or what really, what the system is kind of like here in Australia, because most of the people you find that they do mostly shift work. But for me, it was just an 8 to 4, get home, relax, chill. But before that as well, I was in the events. I love events, as I said. So in 2018, we happened with a crew or with a team to actually tour Masika for the first time in Australia. And then now coming to 2020, we were actually planning for another tour for at least 4 African artists. And then COVID happened, man. COVID happened. So before 2020, just to give a context, 2020 hit, sort of temporarily lost my job as well. So wife was the one who was working all the time. I'm in the house, lockdown. You can't go anywhere. You just have to walk to the shop, come back to the house. And before that, I used to love the gym. That was music and gym used to be my outlet. Like other people would have their outlet. My outlet was gym and music, because I'm 8 to 4. So after work, I'm tired, but I just go to the gym, just, release some steam, music in the house, just dance and dance and dance. And that's actually what took me through 2020 when I lost my job. I used to work out in the house. I used to dance in the house. I'm just dancing. My main deep encouragement comes from just knowing God. and the values and how I've come to know him personally. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. So I know God personally, and I know what he can do, and I know where he's brought me from. So that actually gives me that, it actually encourages me and puts me and gives me the confidence or the courage that I have, and even overflows, and then I can be able to even add value to others. So it's just by knowing God personally, that's how I actually become encouraged. So there's terms like prayer, you do music. Again, I love dancing. Worship songs, music, that's how you feel yourself in, because those music have very powerful message. They give you that encouragement in themselves, so you don't really have to look elsewhere. Just tune in the music. As you're dancing, you're getting encouraged. Yeah. So at that time we were not planning, to have a kid yet. During COVID, I think it happened just when we were about to get the lockdown. Lockdowns were coming over and stuff like that. But I lost my job and I had to now gear myself up. That's when I actually enrolled. I did a certificate 4 in disability. I started in 2020, and then at that time, that's when I started doing odd jobs. I used to do container unloading. I used to do all the manual tasks, man. And then at some point I injured my back, but not really something major, because then I realized, no, this is, man, I have to stay away from this thing. So I stopped that, and then I started looking for things I can do. And yeah, the journey continued. But at the end of the day, I used to tell myself, this is not the end. This is not, even if COVID has hit, lockdowns and things are happening, my wife is the only one working, and I need to show her that I can step up and, be the man. But yeah, at the end of the day, in my mind, I used to tell myself, this is not the end. There's better opportunities coming. So during lockdown, that's when actually the Konekt, people know me from the Konekt or what we do. There's a crew of people behind the Konekt, but that's how it actually was born. It was born during lockdown. We could not do anything. I was planning an event for artists to come and tour them around Australia, but it couldn't happen. Lockdown, COVID. But now I thought, we can actually interview these guys and people can actually hear their story before these guys come. At least it's to create that awareness and people to relate to them. And that's how the Konekt was actually born. And it's sort of a way of just lifting up people, even in that situation, just giving them something to look forward to. It was on a Saturday night, just a conversation. They could ask questions. They could, and it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. I think the scariest part is not even to start. For me, I've started a few things so many times along my journey. So it's a long journey, but it wasn't to start. It was how will it be received? Because people are going through different things, man. People are going through different stuff. It's lockdown. People are low, And I was trying to lift people up, Even when I'm doing interviews with the people you love, artists. I want to see, I want to hear the story of this artist. I was just trying. It's me trying to lift another. Remember, life is worth living. So I'm trying to even add value for people even during lockdown. And it grew, and then after lockdown, then that's when now I started doing sit-down interviews, and that's how now the Konekt now grew, and until where we are now. So after lockdown, and then I saw the bigger picture now. Because now you've been doing interviews on I actually used to do it on Instagram, just like you guys are doing on Instagram. So I started off in Instagram. The Konekt started off in Instagram, and then now I saw the bigger picture. So I started, because now my wife was a student at that time. I could see what she's doing, how she's navigating through life as a student, as an international student here. And then I thought, maybe someone might need to know how to navigate through a story. So and then I sat down and realized it's high time I started telling stories of other migrants here who've actually overcome a certain situation, and they can be able to tell a story and encourage other people out there. So remember, we're actually here to impact life, adding value. So for me now, the purpose is all about bringing life-changing stories, just to inform and inspire. That's all. Nothing to add, nothing to subtract, just to inform and inspire. It's out of my own pocket, and I have a team who I work with. Thank you so much, guys, and they know themselves, and they've put their heart into it. So it's not, I can't say it's only me. I started off with a friend of mine who was supporting me. He was behind the camera, I was in front of the camera, and then after some time I was like, nah, let me just sit behind the camera and let the story just flow. Let the persons tell their story. And now that is the main purpose now we have. Just to tell people's story, to inspire others out there that there's life after the challenge. Yeah. And there's life after lockdown. There's life after COVID. And there's life after that challenge you're going through, man. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yes. So it's Pete and then the Konect.
Good. That's your life story.
And that's my life story. And that's my life story.
Awesome. That's good. Yeah.